and preservation at the Department of Arts and Culture. So good morning, welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and good morning to viewers as
Let's
well.
put it into perspective for our viewers. What is this white paper that we keep talking about?
Maybe let me just start by saying that we're talking about the white paper that was adopted in 1996, which was kind of envisioning the arts, culture and heritage landscape, talking about the transformation that was happening in the country at that time. Transformation of heritage institutions, what policy should be like for music industry, for creative industries, for film industry, for archives and the like. And of course, the policy position or the policy that also led to the enactment of different pieces of legislation. Also the establishment of new institutions, which were kind of post-colonial and a democratic, or that were kind of being established in a democratic South Africa. So that's the white paper that we're talking about. And we've had an opportunity, of course, to implement this policy since 1996. During the implementation or in the course of implementation, there are certain gaps that we have identified as government and as other interested groups. And the revision that we have embarked upon now are actually aimed at addressing those issues. But also I think it's quite important to say that policies, they relate to the spirit of the time, or they're epochal. They relate to various historical times. It was in 1996. We are now in 2013. And things have changed, and we need to then ensure that the policies are in line with the current situations.
One of the proposals from this white paper is that to centralize 28 state institutions to 6. It's one of the proposals in there. What is the thought process behind this? What have you taken into consideration? The criticism, like Mike van Graan, who's raised concerns about one of the issues that he's concerned about, is this specific one of 28 state institutions being drawn to 6.
Look, I just think that we do accept criticism coming from various interested parties, and we do take them seriously. But also just to say that we're still in the process of making this policy. These are suggestions that we have put forward and are being discussed. Maybe let me just also indicate why we are proposing this rationalization of institutions.
Right.
We've got so many institutions in the arts, culture and heritage sector. As you have correctly indicated, they are talking about 28 institutions. But maybe also let me correct something there. It's not the institutions per se that are going to be reduced, but it's the councils of institutions.
Okay.
Because each and every institution must have its own council. Now the idea is to say, do we need all these councils, or do we need to centralize and say you have a council that deals with issues of heritage or museums, like you would have a situation in the Sun Parks. Sun Parks has got one board, but it has got parks all over the country. So that's an idea. We've got museums, in most provinces. Now the question is, should we have a council for each and every museum? And the idea is saying, no, you don't necessarily have to. You can actually minimize expenditure in terms of, council members their travel, their accommodation, the little stipends that they get. But if you add them up, they become so huge. And we think that by rationalizing the councils, we could redirect some of the resources to programs that are in the institutions, because these institutions exist so that they package arts, culture and heritage programs that need to be then enjoyed by the public out there. So the idea here is really just to minimize the number of councils.
We're running out of time, but what happens now? Public submission closed on the 31st of July. What happens now? Is the public going to get more opportunity to comment on the white paper?
Look, let me just say that we have had a number of participatory process. Even in Johannesburg on the 12th of July, we had a workshop which included the entire arts, culture and heritage fraternity. We have also given another opportunity for other workshops that are going to be happening in the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal. But also we have also called upon all organizations, individuals, to even give us written submissions so that we can then look at those submissions and see how we then integrate them into the whole process of revising the white paper on arts, culture.
DDG, I hope we can continue this conversation at later. We've just run out of time, but thank you so much for waking up and making the time for us. Vusi Ndima is Deputy Director General of Heritage Promotion and Preservation at the Department of Arts and Culture, talking to us about the revised white paper on arts and culture and heritage. Email us your thoughts, please. Morninglive at sabc.co.za. We take an ad break. Tabiso's Toll is back after this.